Hi guys, today's a video in a different setting. I know you guys might think, what's going on? Where is she? This is at my parents' house because I'm visiting. Had a really busy, hectic day and didn't have time to pre-film before I left the house. By the time I get back, it's dark and I just don't think the lighting situation would work out for me. So I like to film in daylight, as you guys know from my videos. So I thought, you know what? Kill two birds with one stone, or as I like to say, save two birds with one stone, film a video whilst I'm already out and have plans during the day. So I'm here at my parents' house. The location is irrelevant. I'm still going to make you one of my normal videos, talk about the same things, same length, put in the same amount of effort, so don't worry. Just for today, I'm in a slightly different location. And today, as you can see from the title, it's about manifesting an SP, your SP, manifesting your SP to give you the long-term contact that you want, the communication that you want, and how to keep it going. So it's not just they message you once, they send you one text message and then the physical movement seems to stop. I'm going to help you guys figure out what it is you need to do to create that long-term contact with them. Talk a little bit about affirmations, but it's more so the techniques and methods you're applying every day that matter. So if you enjoy this content and if you'd like to see more videos like this, hopefully you don't love this location because I'll be back to my normal filming setup from tomorrow. And yeah, if you do enjoy though, please do thumbs up and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and you can stay up to date with all my new content. I do offer coaching services as well. You can either purchase digital products from me or have one-on-one coaching. So everything is linked below in my Instagram, LOA Coaching. I'll pop something on screen somewhere here as well to give you guys a little preview of some of my services. But yeah, you can reach out to me for coaching. All the information is on the LOA Coaching Instagram. So take a look if you're interested. I think my email was just on screen as well, so you can message me there. And now let's get into the video. One of the main things you need to do, and this just kind of summarizes all the different elements I'm going to talk about, and it's the most important part, is that you need to persist on a long-term basis. Now, long-term, when I'm speaking in terms of manifestation, I mean a couple of months at least. To me, that is consistent overtime work, not just, a week here and there of doing your affirmations, months and months. That is really consistent. So anything from about 2 or 3 months onwards is long term, in my opinion, for manifestation. So you want to get into that habit where you are consistently creating the belief, especially if you're coming from a negative old story. It can be really, really easy to start thinking, well, this is what's happening in the 3D, and then you kind of waver or go back and forth and not be able to fully let go of the old story. So sometimes it will require you spending those couple of months at least doing the affirmations. But if you persist on a long-term basis, you're more likely to create those long-term permanent results with your SP. It needs to be able to cement in your mind as an assumption. So it's not going to manifest only when you create the belief. It could manifest before that. Sometimes we don't even fully believe it or even consciously believe the affirmations before it manifests. That absolutely happens. So don't panic and think it will take ages to get your SP. It can happen literally at any time. There's no exact time frame. Everyone's a little different. So it doesn't have to happen when you believe it, but in order for it to be a really long-term, consistent, continuous everyday type of thing, it does need to cement in your mind as an assumption, because that is when it's going to fully, completely reflect in the 3D. And most likely from that point onwards, you won't really need to do conscious affirming for it. So if you keep putting in the effort every day, it will start to and will completely reflect in your 3D reality. The more consistent you are, and I talk about this with my clients a lot about how important consistency is, because the more consistent you are, the more likely you are to get consistent results. So not the hot and cold and the sporadic random communication you seem to be getting from SP. So if you're watching this video, you're probably having communication here and there, or possibly even coming from no contact. That's quite common as well when manifesting back an SP. But the more effort you put in every day with being consistent, the more likely it is to be accepted by your subconscious mind, obviously, but also to actually reflect back in your 3D, because it's not one day you're on a mental diet and then the next you just let whatever thoughts sit in your mind. If you can do it consistently, you're more likely to create balanced results. Next point is about how you react to the 3D, because this does also have an impact. Not always, but if you're coming from a negative old story and negative beliefs, it's even more important that you don't mentally waver. So if you, start panicking one time because of something going wrong in the 3D with your SP, that's not going to ruin your manifestation. But if you're already coming from a negative old story, it could possibly slow down movement or result in hot and cold behavior with your SP. And if you react that way constantly, like on a weekly basis or every single day, or you just find that you can't stick to the new story in your mind when doing your affirmations, or throughout the day you just keep panicking and spiraling, that is going to slow down your progress, and it is going to create probably more hot and cold, less visible movement. So not no movement, but less visible movement happening. And it could just create those up and down bumpy results in your 3D. So it's not going to ruin anything, so don't panic, but you want to be as consistent as you possibly can be. So try your best not to mentally waver, because if anything's going wrong in the 3D, just apply your mental diet. Keep persisting. The key is that you just persist. You don't have to feel good or believe it, but if you mentally waver and start questioning things and saying, oh, this is proof that he or she doesn't, want to speak to me, they don't want to message me, they're not going to commit. If you start thinking like that, yes, you are going to create very random, communication that you're not happy with. Mental diet is your best friend. As I just said, the mental diet is what's going to help in those moments. It's pretty much the only thing you can do, and mental diet just means thinking the opposite of whatever negative thing comes up. So it's basically like just doing your affirmations, but it can be worded in any way you want. So in regards to an SP, and communication, because that's what the video is about, if your SP texts you back a really, really dry response and is like, yeah, or okay, or just like lol, or something that you were hoping for a lot more, or hoping for a romantic message or something, and they do that, that is where you want to keep your mental diet intact. And you can literally just say, SP prioritizes me, or my relationship with SP is so perfect. It doesn't have to be the exact affirmation for the situation, but just anything positive, that would be your mental diet. So try and train yourself to just say, you know what, if I get disappointed or start to question things or don't like what's happening, I'm just going to tell myself, nope, our relationship is perfect, or literally the first positive thing about SP that comes to mind. Another great tactic that is to do with your affirmations and can be implemented into your mental diet is to go on a little verbal rampage. So even if it's just 20 seconds of you just throwing out any positive affirmation about them that you can remember. If you have 3 or 4, let's say, for your SP, do all of those and loop and loop and loop. Just say them really quickly, and to just do anything you can to shift your mind and focus onto those instead of what happened in the 3D. And then throw in anything about communication. So I'll give you guys some suggestions in a moment, but a rampage can really, really help in those moments, because it's going to help you shift your focus. The mind has to start thinking about what you're saying, because let's say it's something like, SP texts me all day long, SP loves me so much, SP can't get enough of me, why is SP blowing up my phone? I get 50 million messages a day from SP, things like that. And you can also throw in words not only as part of the rampage, but also in your normal affirmations, which doesn't change the meaning at all, by the way. So it's not you changing your affirmations, but words like always, every day, on a consistent basis, consistently, constantly, anything that implies it happens over a long period of time, it's every day, there's no up and downs. So those kind of phrases really, really help, because obviously the word always implies that it happens from start to finish, literally 24/7, right? So those kind of words will help as well, and help you also consciously focus on this idea, and maybe bring up visuals in your mind whilst doing your affirmations of, getting notifications on your phone over and over and over again, just things like that. But I think little wording here and there does make a difference. So a couple things that you can focus on in your affirmations, and I'm not saying you should immediately go and change all your affirmations, absolutely not, but you could add in 1 or 2 extra possibly, or you can script something or go on the rampage using these. But things that you could focus on to help introduce more long-term and consistent communication from SP is things like, SP prioritizes me. I've written a few things down, so I'll just read it. SP prioritizes me, SP is constantly calling, obsessed with me, or obsessed with our relationship, fully committed to me, and takes me on dates every day. Anything along those lines, those are just a few examples. It's obviously not an exhaustive list, but anything along those lines is going to be really, really positive, because it implies that you are their first priority, the first person they come to, the first person they think of, the first person that they would, communicate with. You're their person, basically. You could even say, I am SP's person. If it has positive meanings for you, or if you watch Grey's Anatomy, maybe that has some positive connotations and you think, yes, that summarizes what I want. or, you know, prioritizing you. It's that simple. You could also say they reply to every single message I send. If you find that SP ghosts you, or in the past that they weren't responding the way you wanted them to, something like they always respond to my messages, or they always initiate contact with me. Anything along those lines is going to help you create the result you want and help your mindset actually, well, your mind focus exactly on what you want and say they are always doing this specific thing with me in terms of communicating. So anything along those lines is really going to help shift your focus and help you start creating those results you want. But you need to persist and you need to be consistent every single day. If you want to create the long-term results, you need to work on helping your mind accept it, which means releasing the old story mentally and focusing as much as you can on that new story. So I hope this video was useful. I hope it wasn't too distracting with this background. It's not the best, but you know what? I made do with the location I was at. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If it was useful, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.